So as we can see now, the building process has been done, and the post receive file has also started all those containers, and it gives a message in the end that the push was successful. So if we visit the green.ww file, if we do an ls in it, we would notice all the files from our repository has been successfully pushed over here. And now let us go and check if the post receive was successful in starting our containers. So let's this page again. So as you can see, our containers are up and running, and we get welcome from message from our particular app. So this is how I have implemented deployment using the post receive hooks. Next, I will demo for you the file IO. So what we've done in the file IO is we have created two containers. One of the container outputs some content to a particular file, and then what we do is we have used the socat service to map this particular file to dump its contents over a particular port number, and we create a second container and make that container do a curl request on this particular port number. So what that does is it prints out the contents of that particular file for us. So the way we have implemented this is we have created two Docker files. This is in our task3 folder, and if you see here, we have two folders inside this, linked and main. So linked is one of our containers, and main is a main container which writes to our particular file. So main has its own Docker file, and when we see it uses the base container as the Ubuntu, and we do the normal apt-get update and upgrade, and we also install socat so that we can use this to dump the contents of our file on a particular port 9001. So contents of our file currently which we are writing to is hello from the main container, and we are writing to in a file called temp.txt, which we are using with socat to put it on port 9001, and finally we are exposing that port. Similarly, what the linked Docker file has is it just installs curl because it should be able to perform a curl request for that particular port. We have a shell script, and what this shell script does is it first builds the main container. Second, it starts running that main container using that particular image which was built, and then it also builds the linked container and starts running the linked container. But we don't run this linked container in a detached state like the main was, but we just perform a curl command along with the run command itself. So the output of this shell script would be the contents of that particular file which our main container is putting out for us. So let us run that particular shell script. It's building, and finally we get the output of that hello from the main container. So this is how we had used socat to implement file IO between containers, multiple containers. And this is how we had implemented all the three tasks in this Docker part. First was Docker compose, followed by the deployment, followed by the file IO between two containers. Thank you.